The Orlando Magic kick off the 2022 NBA Draft with a shocker. Everybody expected Orlando to take Jabari Smith out of Auburn at number 1. Oh, no. The Magic took Paolo Banchero, a 6'10 forward out of Duke. He was my best player in college basketball all last season. I thought he would be number 1. Obviously, as we got closer and closer to the draft, it looked like Jabari would be the pick. The Magic did a great job of keeping that away from everybody. I don't really understand the reason why to keep the number 1 pick away from everybody, but they did that, and they take Paolo Banchero out of Duke. When I look at Banchero's game, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Carmelo when he was at Syracuse, a little bit of Josh Smith as well. Can put the ball on the court, get you a bucket inside, not afraid of the post. He sweats a lot. He's got to deal with them cramps at the next level, but Banchero's a guy that not only could be a bucket getter on the court, this dude's going to walk into the league and average 20 points a game. He's also a guy that I believe is ready to lead a franchise off the court. Orlando needs a leader in the worst way. They've gotten it wrong time and time again over the years in the draft, to the point where guys like me start to question, is it the culture that's what's wrong in Orlando? We shall see if Paolo Banchero can change things. So what does that mean? At number 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder had a huge decision to make. Obviously, with Jabari being there, not expecting him to be there most likely. With the Thunder back out of their expected pick of Chet Hollinger and roll with Jabari. No. They stood pat and drafted Chet Hollinger out of Gonzaga as the number 2 selection, 7 feet tall. Chet's not only a guy that can get you a bucket on offense, but he for sure can be a factor on defense. The biggest question mark for me with Chet is, will he be able to stay healthy? And what I mean by that is that small frame, will he be able to bang with the big boys of the NBA? I mean, any given night, you could be battling with Isaiah Stewart from Detroit, and that's no walk in the park. That's a big body you got to deal with. You could be battling with the Morris brothers down low. Will Chet be able to put weight on? He's had problems with that of recent, trying to keep weight on with such a high metabolism. Chet is a guy at Gonzaga who his offense actually had to catch up with his defense, and I thought it'd be the opposite. I thought he struggled on the defensive end of the court, but he was pretty good on defense at Gonzaga, struggled in the tournament. We'll see what Chet's able to do out the gate in Oklahoma City. They got a nice little nucleus there with already Giddey showing signs of a fantastic talent. Now he'll be joined by Chet Hollinger. At number 3, the Houston Rockets. Like, oh, don't mind if I do. We always wanted Jabari. We thought we weren't going to be able to get him. They thought they'd be pairing Paolo up with Jalen Green. No. The Houston Rockets now got their center of the future as Jabari Smith falls into the Rockets' lap at number 3 in this year's NBA draft. How about it? Jabari Smith, to me, the toughest shot maker in this draft. Not afraid to expand his range. He is a bucket getter like Paolo, but Jabari is one of those guys where he has just gotten better so quickly. Like, Banchero was always a top prospect. Jabari, on the other hand, if you look at the clip that he's just growing in his game, I didn't expect Jabari to do what he did at Auburn. He put that team on his back at points, clearly their best player, and now Jabari gets a chance to put that chip on his shoulder after the Magic shunned him with number 1. He thought he'd be number 1, and take that bad boy to Houston, in which he'll be expected to be a major down low presence for the Houston Rockets, who just recently moved off of Christian Wood. At number 4, how about the Sacramento Kings? Instead of going Jaden Ivey, which a lot of people thought that they would do there, they go Keegan Murray out of Iowa. Now, Keegan's not going to jump off your screen like Ivey would have, but Keegan is a smart player, savvy player. When the ball is in his hands, you feel good about it. Super great IQ. I saw ESPN running a graphic. They compared him to Pascal Siakam. I didn't see it out the gate, but the more and more the graphic played and I was watching a little bit of Siakam's game, I guess I see a little bit of that with Keegan. My only question here with the Kings is, you go Keegan Murray, but you had Tyrese Halliburton last year, and you traded him. Now you want another guy that's kind of slow with the basketball, high IQ, when you already had Tyrese Halliburton. I just knew Jaden Ivey would be the pick. The only thing is Jaden never worked out for Sacramento, if I'm not mistaken. I guess maybe that went into them not taking a chance on Jaden. Apparently they assumed Jaden not to want to be there, so they didn't take him. That is the top 4 thus far in the 2022 NBA draft. I'm all excited, man. The Kyrie, Kevin Durant news takes today. We'll talk about that in another video. But for now, your top 4 in this year's NBA draft are as follows. At number 1, the shocker, Paolo Banchero. Number 2, the expected, Chet Hollinger. Number 3, the fall in the lap pick in Jabari Smith. And at number 4, Keegan Murray out of Iowa. Round out the top 4 in this year's 2022 NBA draft.